Okay, today we're going to be looking at percents and using proportion to solve percent problems. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to practice finding part of a whole. And here's an example problem. And as I said, we'll use proportion for solving this. So number one, find 35% of 75. Okay, well let's remember what the word percent means. It means per 100. So I'm going to set up my 35 over 100, and then I'm going to set up my whole number, 75, as my denominator, and my unknown, my 35% of 75, that's my unknown, will be my numerator. Okay, in order to solve this, I will use cross multiplication. So I will multiply n times 100, so that would be 100n, and then I will multiply, that's going to equal 75 times 35. Okay, so I'll just use a calculator for that, and 75 times 35 equals 2,625. Okay, so I can simplify 2,625 equals 100n. Now, I need to get n alone. So, to get n alone, I must do the opposite of what's happening to it. It's being multiplied by 100. Anytime you have a number standing beside a variable, that just means to multiply the two. So the opposite of multiplying by 100 is dividing by 100. And whatever I do to the left side of the equals, I must do to the right side of the equals. Now 100 divided by 100 cancels out and becomes 1. That leaves n alone, and I have 2,625, and I need to divide that by 100, and with the calculator you can see that's 26.25. But there's an easier way. If you're going to divide by 100, that 100 has two zeros. That means you can move the decimal place twice to the left, and that's another way to find dividing by 100. So n is 26.25. So 35% of 75 is 26.25. All right, let's do the second problem. Finding a whole amount. The labs make up 25% of the total number of dogs. If we have 16 labs, how many total dogs are there? All right, so again, we will use our cross multiplying, and I'll just go ahead and circle both. 16 times 100 equals 25d. By the way, when you're multiplying a variable by a number, you always list the number before the variable. And putting it beside it, again, means to multiply. Okay, so now let's simplify. Well, 16 times 100, I can write my 16 and add the two zeros on the end, is 1,600 is 25d. Now we need to get d alone, so again, we will do the opposite of what's happening. It's being multiplied by 25, so we divide by 25. And then we divide 1,600 by 25. And notice, 25's cancel because 25 divided by 25 is 1. 1 times d is d. And then we have 1,600 divided by 25, and that is 64. So d equals 64. Now our last sample problem is what percent of 150 is 75? And what we're doing is finding a percent this time. So what percent of 150 is 75? Okay, well, we can do 75 to 150 is our unknown over 100. We want to find our percent. So again, we cross multiply, and we get 75 times 100 equals 150 n. Okay, so let's solve. This is 75 with 2 zeros on the end, 7,500 equals 150 n. Okay, so now we need to divide by 150 and divide this side by 150. These cancel, n is alone. And as you can see, 7,500 divided by 150, and n equals 50. So these are three methods for using proportion to solve for unknown numbers and solve for percents. Thank you.